She was a TV star that had made her debut. Now, dealing with this, I haven't really gotten into much of this with you guys, but this is the first story I saw that I wanted to cover. You're able to go see the full story of her deceased nature on TMZ.com. You could check Star Jordan, and you'll see, though, that the manner of death is still unknown. Now, let me ask you something. And now, in this society, when someone passes away, the manner of death is known to some extent. Now, what troubles me about this is they're going to try and say, oh, it's because she did this. Oh, it's because this happened, because that, because this. I don't really buy all of that stuff, you know? Where's the documents to prove that's how a person passed away? The same thing with the X situation. When we got to the documents, how do you redact the cause of death? How do you redact it? That makes no sense. But here's what I'm trying to say, guys. If she's 16 and pregnant, right? And she passed away, does the 27 club exist? These are topics that I tried not to take with y'all because I know, and not all of y'all know, but I know. So what I'm saying is the 27 club, where's her paperwork showing her contract on what she signed? If we saw her contract, I think it would break down exactly what happened to y'all. I'm trying to tell y'all, listen to me, and please listen closely. I am not saying there is 100% sure. I have facts that it exists, that when you sign certain contracts on TV, that you end up deceased at a certain age. But I will say, okay, hear me, I will say it's very suspicious that at the age of 27, so many superstars are ending up deceased. Do you not find that very strange? Let me do you one better, because there's subjects I didn't go into on rap stars. There was a rapper, and their name is irrelevant at this moment, y'all. The name's irrelevant. There was a rapper who, he did all of this stuff to be on. He did all of that, made all this money, top down, riding through the city, everything. Then the next thing we happen to see is that he's in a situation where he's shot at again, but he's deceased this time. Now, he was shot out 4 other times. 4, where they basically got him, and it failed. And we come to find out the same independent label owners are owning his contract along with other rappers who ended up deceased too. It's right in front of you. It's up to you whether you see it or not. It's not my job to say, look, here it is. That's when people act funny because they know what the truth is. You can't tell me that ain't fishy. This 16 and pregnant star, what health-wise occurred to her to end up in her situation at 26? At 26. So at 26, she had an illness where things were going on. Maybe, and that's a possibility. But it's very funny because she's not the only superstar who this happened to. I could run down the list. I can do name after name after name after name. We're at age 27 or near age 27. These young people end up deceased. It's very curious. You don't think that's funny? I think that's very strange. How are they all ended up in this scenario? I find it so weird. It's so weird. She was just on a television show. I want to see the paperwork she signed. Guys, it's all in the paperwork. Why do you think I keep saying I get why they're doing this stuff because I didn't accept the deal? You don't think there's paperwork involved or there's a confirmation? You know there's verbal paperwork. You know verbal paperwork exists? Do you know that? You can verbally confirm to accepting some deal or some type of financial backing. It's very possible. I find it so strange, man, that she's 26 and she ends up in a situation where she's deceased now. She happened to be on another television show. If I go through television show after television show, it's going to be a pattern. And I've seen it, but I don't say too much. I don't say too much because it's just weird. And it's like, does everyone see this? You ever been in a place where something wild happens and you're looking around like, anyone else see that? And everyone else just sitting there. That's how I feel. Like, I'm like, I'm looking, I'm like, yo, at 26, okay, granted, you didn't want to wait till she's 27. Whatever happened. Understand, there are people in this life that play with, I'm trying to think of how to say it, because I want to use the right term. There's many terms that can mean many things. Let's just say unfiltered spirits, unfriendly spirits, or spirits they think is friendly that isn't. There's people who play in that life. But it tells you in the book of Colossians, again, you're going to hear a lot of Thessalonians and a lot of Colossians with a lot of stories I talk. It tells you in Colossians what happens to those people who mess with witchery. It even gives you a story of a woman that messes with it and God curses her to face death because of her actions. This stuff is real. It's not a joke. What you're looking at, she's 16 and pregnant, Star. Was she sick on the show? I didn't watch it like that, but I did watch it here and there enough to know I saw no sickness. I didn't see anything. It wasn't like she was going to the doctor because she was in pain. Like there was nothing. I find it so strange now. I turn on TMZ and I don't do that often. I don't do that often. So don't flatter yourselves. We still at odds. Don't flatter yourself. Because you guys went along with some stuff that you knew you shouldn't have did that way. And I called you out. Yet you guys skipped over it like it wasn't true. I gave you that work. So let's not forget that. I already gave TMZ that business. So dealing with this story, I'm like, what? This young girl, 26, ends up deceased. You can't even say how. You can't even say how. Now get this. On 9 out of 10 stories, they tell you exactly how the person died. But you're not going to tell me how she passed? Why? It's very strange. I'm telling you, yo. This takes me back to what all these artists are talking about. You're telling me when Juice WRLD was singing 27 Club, 27 Club, and Uzi hitting at a 27 Club, that's not real? So I got 2 rappers now that hit it at a 27 Club. And other people that talked about it. And it's not real? Really? Yo, I'm gonna tell you guys something. The biggest power in sorcery is putting things in plain sight. And the individuals witnessing not noticing the truth. That's the biggest power move that anybody can make. Period. You put it in plain sight. If you don't see it, it's on you. That's exactly where power comes from. So you're telling me she's 26, signed her contracts, did whatever, lived her life, and now she's gone. How? And now watch because I say this. I put money on it. Watch because I say this. You're going to see news stations run out with the reason. Oh, she passed because of this. Why didn't you come out with it in the first place? Why didn't you tell us in the first place? I know why, but it's cool. Go ahead. Carry on. I just wanted to bring this out because I found it very crazy. This isn't the only story, yo. I just had to say this quick because I didn't want to forget to tell you guys this. I also have other stuff I want to, like, yo. This makes no sense. This makes no sense. What? This makes sense? She's 26. Is that the average age of the human being living? Did something happen that we didn't know about? Because I just seen her on the TV. That's why I want to talk about it. I don't even watch that show. I just seen her on the TV. So now she's gone. How? Oh, 26. Magically, she's gone. Come on, man. Come on, y'all. See it. You got to see it. Oh, my goodness. Am I the only one seeing this? It's crazy. It makes no sense. How? How? Then we're looking at artists that are that's another subject. Artists that are going and independent indie individuals that they invested in them. And they're making money off of the policies of every person being gone. So these rappers are on policies. So they're better off for the person financially gaining on them being gone than them being here. I haven't even went there. Haven't even went there. Because I know if I'm gonna go there, I'm gonna show you proof. And I'm gonna have to let you know who. I'm not gonna go there if I'm not letting you know who. Because the person's linked to multiple people. Hear me. It's not one artist. It's not two artists. Not three artists. Sadly, not three. Not even four. It's like 5, 6, 7 artists. And you're telling me they're not collecting on a policy? What? What? And I look at what the artist made. The artist was trash in sales. They barely sold. But they made all their money back when they left. They made more than. And just let me add this in part, and then I'm going to let it be. You don't think your boy X was on a policy like that? Hold on real quick. You don't think they had your boy X on a policy like that? Huh? Huh? Is that why y'all were asking me not to say certain things? Come on. I could have been proved that. Stop it. Stop it. That's the truth, man. Right here before you, I'm giving you a scene and scenario that you could look at everything else and say, what's going on? At 26, what happened to her? Can somebody tell me what happened to her at the age 26? 16 and pregnant, Star. And Star was her name, Star Jordan. What happened? They can't even announce how it happened. Guys, look at the devil in the details. And I mean that. Like, I mean that. Look at the devil in the details. It's not an exaggeration. It's not a figure of speech. Look at the devil in the details. But no, God is forever. He's almighty. And he will not back down. He's coming soon. And he's gonna, I'm just saying, man. If you glorify yourself with the evils you do, you're gonna wish you ain't do an evil thing on this earth. My God is gonna clean house. And he is not playing with Satan. He's not playing with you, Satan. He is gonna my boy. He's gonna chalk you something mean. He gonna do you dirty. Like, I'm telling you, this evil that you're imposing on these people, because she didn't know what she was doing. She was young. She was young. She didn't know what she was signing. But tell me, I'm telling you, tell me what you think. I'm telling you what I believe about this scenario, in my opinion. It's crazy. There's no 27 club. She's 26 gone. How many other people, young, gone? What's going on? Somebody else tell me what's going on. All rights reserved.